What's the most effective way to teach or take a group exercise class? Watch this.
Our first caller is Jen from Ohio.
Jen, how you doing?
I'm speechless.
Oh, did you do that on purpose?
Justin has that effect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Remember the episode where you guys were talking about, does it really happen when people get so excited that they faint?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, syncope.
Get the Elvis effect.
I was just going to say that. If
Yeah.
I had been old enough for my parents to take me to see Elvis, I'd be like, right now.
Look, you're going to get a free program, Jen. Okay,
I know.
that's enough.
Thank you for that. Any
now.
comparison to Elvis,
We're going to hook you up. We're going to hook
Don't
you
worry.
up.
No, tell us what your question is. How can we help you?
So I was hoping I'd catch someone's attention in my subject line with 23 years of being a group fitness instructor.
You caught my attention.
Uh-huh.
What's up?
All right.
So started in personal training and exercise science in college, and then went into the corporate health scene, and somehow working at the gym at a big company here in Cincinnati, they needed me to teach a fitness class. So I just went in and was like, okay, just taught it like I was teaching or training my clients. And it just progressed from there. And now I am actually down to 8 classes a week, along with my 19 clients that I do personal training with. And I just discovered you about 2 months ago. My coworker, Kate, hooked me up, and I haven't stopped listening since. I think I've gone over a couple hundred episodes. And anyway, I am really burnt out on those fitness classes, especially when I am teaching and I'm doing reverse lunges and somebody's just running up and down on the step. And then I have someone who has really tight shoulders and they just insist on doing dips instead of a push-up. It's really, I quit a class actually 2 weeks ago. I'm just like, I'm done.
Wow.
So I still have to do my others because I feel guilty leaving the members. They give me the guilt trip, when you coming back, and I'm just like, I just need a little break. So what would you do if you had 20 people in a room, you're giving a workout, and they just go off and do their own thing?
Oh, Adam taught a phenomenal mobility class. I think mobility works so well in a group setting, and that's really one of the only things that I would teach in a group setting, like something where people would get into a position like a 90-90, hold it, and I could walk around and adjust people and put them in different positions. And I would feel good teaching that because it's more of an appropriate application in a setting like that versus a workout. It's really reasons why we don't like group classes is, you named a few of them. Teaching people to exercise and strength training in a group setting, you're so limited. It's so challenging, and it encourages the get through the workout, get through the movement, just sweat. You just get tired type of attitude, and so it's just not very beneficial.
What's your relationship like with the gym owner?
Well, so the gym owner, so this is a community center.
Okay.
And we have a coordinator, and I've wanted, because I teach functional fitness twice a week to a large group, like 30, 35 seniors, like the 60. They are my best pupils. If I scratch my nose, they'll scratch their nose.
Okay.
I have to do every other week. I have to do a boot camp. Twice a week, I do a class that's called Strengthen. And then one night a week, I do a class that's called Total Body. And I try to work with the other instructor and find out what she's going to do the next night. And she likes just to do weights. So then they want cardio. So I'm like, forever I had been doing like the real high volume thing. For now at this facility, that's how I've been lifting, high volume, because I would do the class with them. And it's you do, you know, I would range it from 8 reps up to 20. I'd time it, lower body, upper body, opposing muscle groups. So anyway, I really don't have say and be like, I used to do a mobility class and they loved it, but then they took it away. The members loved it, but they took it off the
schedule. You don't have a say in what you
that's
teach.
I mean, technically I didn't, I just did anyways.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So that was my, I worked for Orange Theory for 2 years. I don't know how familiar you are with Orange Theory, but they have a very strict template that every coach in the entire country, and they have a very similar philosophy as Starbucks. They want you to be able to go to any class anywhere in the country, and it aligns with everybody else. Yet I broke those rules. And my attitude was I knew I was giving a disservice to these clients by training them this way. I had better ideas on what would help them more. And I just slowly started to mold it to what I thought was a better class and course. And my attitude was, they can fire me or I'll quit if they won't allow me to do this. And what happened was my attendance grew and I was booked out for months in advance and had classes bigger than anybody else in the area. And so they didn't mess with me. They kind of just let me do what I wanted to do because for them, it's about attendance. And for me, it was about teaching and educating this group of people on a better way to approach health and fitness. But it was a slow process. It's not like I took a turbo kickboxing class and said, okay, no turbo kickboxing, we're just doing mobility today. I would ease them in. And like at the end of every class, I would educate them. Like I'd save 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes when we would be doing the quote unquote, cool down process of the class. And I would give nutritional tips, and I would explain, how the body works and different things about macronutrients and what signal are we sending to the body when we're doing cardio at high intensity and low calorie, and why that's not a sustainable way to train, and what it does to your metabolism. And so I would give them these little bits of knowledge, and so I was starting to slowly educate this group. And so then when I said things like, "Hey, when I tell you to stop lifting weights, I want you to stop, and I want you to rest." And I don't want you to pick the weights up until I tell you, yeah, I know. So that's the type of stuff that I had to first build that credibility in my class, that my class respected me as someone that had this knowledge. And so I used our social media platform. I used the show. I'd reference episodes. And so I used a lot of the resources I had to educate the people. And then I slowly would implement what I thought was a better thing to teach them in that class. And over time, molded my own workout routine in there. And so they left me alone. And so I stayed. Now, had they told me, if you change it, you're going to get fired, then I'd be out. That's just how it is. Because I had enough integrity that it was, this is not helping these people. I'm doing them a disservice when I know that they are starving their body of nutrition and they're running around like a rabbit for an hour. I'm not building muscle. I'm just not. All I'm doing is burning calories with them. And these people need to build muscle, build their metabolism, work on. A lot of them had joint pain because they're doing all this high intensity stuff all the time and not feeding themselves nutritionally, not recovering properly. So I just refused to not give them what they needed. And if give
them what they wanted, to give them what you needed.
That's right. And a lot of them thought these other things what they wanted, but I had to. It's just like training clients one-on-one. Sometimes we have to, slowly educate them and convince them otherwise. Yeah. But that was my goal if I was going to stay there, and it ended up working out where the owner didn't mess with me, and I had built a reputation around being the best coach in the area. And
there's Jen, we all manage gyms, okay? There is a lot you can get away with when you bring in a lot of members. Mm-hmm. Okay, so long as you're not hurting anybody or stealing from the company, you'd be surprised at the space that they'll give you when members are really happy and you're providing a good service. Now, if you're lying, you're stealing, you're hurting people, that's a different story. So I wouldn't say anything to the manager. I would start the class and I'd say, hey, everybody, today's class, here's what we're going to do. And then I'd take them through. By the end of it, they'll feel the difference. The other way I would do a group class is I would take an exercise or two and I'd break it up into stages. So I'd say today we're going to learn one of the most powerful exercises you could do to speed up your metabolism, the deadlift. We take a bunch of barbells or dumbbells, or whatever your equipment is, and I'd start with I break it up into three.
Start with like a dowel bar or like a stick.
Yep. And I would go 3 stages. Okay, we're going to stand up together. Everybody stand up. Get in this position. Maintain tension. Walk around. Squeeze your shoulders back over here. Tuck your hips forward a little bit. Hold that position. Go back to the front. All right, everybody, bring all the way down the floor and pause. And you're walking them through step by step. Those are the 2 ways that I would teach the class, but I wouldn't tell the manager. I would just do it. And what'll probably happen is nothing until maybe 5 or 6 classes in. They'll be like, "What are you doing?" "Well, I'm teaching it this way. This is what they need."
Yeah, that actually like shoes into what I was going to bring up with how I was having the same issue with teaching these high school kids, in a group setting, especially the strength training part of it, because inevitably it does get away from you. Like you can't cover all your tracks, especially you got 30 something people. So to be able to have a little bit of control and maintain is all about tempo and to slow everything down to almost like a ridiculously slow level. And to have them go through the negative portion, to pause and hold and so you can walk around and you could actually see visually like the grossest offenders and work your way over there to kind of help alter their posture, their form. But really it's so much more simplification necessary for group settings than the one-on-one. So you have to really eliminate almost the majority of the workout and just keep with like 3 to maybe 4 exercises max to really be effective.
We didn't ask you this, Jen, but if you lost these classes, let's say the manager's like, "No, I don't want you to teach it this way. You're no longer allowed to teach these classes." Would you be okay with that?
Financially?
Well, yeah, financially it's fine, but it's the guilt that I have.
No. I'm going to stop you
know-
right there, Jen. I'm going to stop you right. If you're fine financially, look, here's the deal. I'm going to cut you off because if my kids ask me for candy every day, all day long, I can't feel guilty saying no. Like, okay, yeah, I'm not giving you the candy and you're sad about it, but that's not healthy for you to have every single day, right? So you're the trainer, you're the coach, you're the instructor. If your integrity tells you this is not the right workout for these people, this is not helping them, then it's up to you to make that decision. Now, if there's a financial issue, that was different. That's why I asked that, because in that case, I'm like, okay, we got to be very careful and tread carefully. But if you know what they need, then do it. And you might be surprised. Some people might fall off, some people might quit or complain, but you might be surprised that at the end of it, they're like, "Wow, I do feel a lot better. Wow, this is really good. I really enjoy this." So I would do what they need. You're the teacher and the instructor. And then if the manager says, "No, you're out," like that's okay, because you weren't helping them
know where
anyway.
to find you too. Like your one-on-one services will take.
That's
off.
right.
Yeah, Jen, are you using Instagram? Are you on social media at all? Man, I would use this would inspire me to build my content online around this, right? So every time I see something in my class that they're not like you reverse lunge and they're just going up and down, like I'm going to create a post around that. One of the reasons why so many people in group classes struggle with weight loss is they don't understand the importance of rest periods and building strength. And if all you're doing is moving and moving with no rest periods, all you're really doing is cardio with weights. And this is not going to speed your metabolism up. It's not going to build. I would make a post literally addressing all the things that I see. You got all that hip and knee pain and you keep running on the treadmill. People don't realize they've got ankle mobility issues. They got hip mobility issues, and they're doing this repetitive movement on the treadmill, and all they're doing is making that issue worse. What they really need to be doing is addressing these things. And I would be giving away the answer to the problems that I'm seeing in this class setting and build social media. And then while you're in class and you're seeing it, you can let them know, like, "Hey, I did a post last week about this. You should read it or check it out." So now I'm starting to use that opportunity to feed my other business.
I unfriended like all the members from my gym, like during COVID, just because it was just getting insane. So I'd have to be like, "Hey, you can follow me again."
Sure, okay. But yeah, I would just teach the class in the way that you think that they need, and you explain at the end of class or the beginning what you're doing. "Hey, today's class, we're going to be focusing on something called mobility. Here's how you're going to feel afterwards. You're going to feel less joint pain. You're going to feel more connected to your muscles, and you have more energy than you did coming into this workout. All right, let's get started. Like, you're the guide. Like, if I'm walking through the jungle and I got a guide in front of me, I might be like, no, I want to go this way. But if the guide is confident and saying, no, we're going this way, and they start walking, I'm following the guide because I don't know what the hell I'm going. So you have to lead that and do that. Now, again, if the manager of the gym says, either you do the classes I want you to do or you're out, you say, look, this is counter my integrity. This is not what these members need. I'm sorry. I can't teach the classes. And then you're gone. You can't feel guilty for that because you're not helping them anyway.
Last two things I want to give you, Jen. One, I want to give you access to our forum. So are you in our private forum yet?
No, I signed up for it, and then yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna put you in there for free. Okay. We have a lot of other coaches and trainers that are in there.
Friended us too.
And so don't block me on Instagram too. Okay. Follow me on Instagram. So, and then the other thing is, are you signed up for our 3-day trainer course that we have coming up in January?
Of course I am.
Okay, good. So I just want to make sure you're signed up for that. I'm going to get you in the forum for free. Get in there, say hi to us as soon as you get in there. There's lots of other trainers and coaches. Lots of them also have trained group classes. So share so they can share some of the ideas that's worked for them. Because I know I know the situation. I've been in the situation you're in. It's not as easy as we're making it sound. So any other ideas that we can get from other coaches and trainers, and then you can share with us that transition.
Do you have MAPS Prime Pro, Jen? Because that's the program I'd pull from for the mobility class.
No, I don't have Prime Pro.
All right, I'm gonna send that to you, Jim. Go through that and pick movements out of that for your class. That'll be a great resource.
Oh, that's good. Yes, that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so I wanted to ask, like, with the training coming up, are we going to have opportunities to talk to you about how to deal with all things personal training? Like, I'm still, after 30 years, I hate asking clients to pay me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's all.
Yeah, we're going to be on there live answering questions, and we're going to try and get to everybody. So yes, you will have an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. But real quick, Jen, I can even tell you here. Look, and this is a problem a lot of trainers have because they view themselves as helping others. So asking for money kind of feels like, what am I doing? Like I want to do this anyway, whatever. Here's the deal. If you don't help yourself, you can't help anyone else. Plus, you're providing a tremendous and valuable service. Now, I know it still feels uncomfortable. That might not change the fact that it feels uncomfortable. So you have to do it very matter of fact. Very matter of fact means this: the less words, the better. Here's where people mess up. This is where trainers mess up. They ask for money in an apologetic way, and then they add more words than they need to. Like, okay, so 10 sessions is $1,200. I know it's a lot of money. You know, it's 120 sessions. You can pay it in half if you want to. And it's like this weird, like, you don't even sound confident in what you're offering. You just do it very short, matter of fact. Don't look at them while you do it. If you need to, look at the paper that you're presenting. Okay, so 10 sessions is $1,200. 20 sessions is $2,200. Which one do you want to do? Very matter of fact, very short. It'll make it easier. It's like firing someone. I remember the first time I had to fire somebody, it was so uncomfortable. My manager said, do it very quickly. The less words you use, the better. And it was true. And it never got comfortable, but it would have been way less comfortable if I sat there and had this whole conversation about it. So, and you're not firing anybody, you're trying to help somebody. So it's a completely different situation.
How do we fire a client?
Same way.
Yeah, these are all good questions. We'll cover a lot of this in the training. We actually, we got something. We got something coming down the pipe specifically for trainers already. The stuff you're asking, we address. So you're going to like it a lot.
Ton.
Thanks for calling in, Jen.
Thank you. Take care.
You got it. Boy, does she not represent a significant subset of trainers that we've worked with so many times, where they're afraid of asking for money. They don't want to let their clients down. The client basically dictates the workouts and the sessions.
Listen, this is going to be the most unique. I was just talking to our NCI group the other day. The most unique part about our course. So many people have been asking, what is it like? Is it like NASMs like this? No, it's nothing like that. It's like, we still are going to recommend that you get a national cert for the nutrition, physiology, program design type of content. But really, it's this stuff that none of them talk about.
That's right. Yeah.
Yet we dealt with our entire career these challenges of, how do I ask for the money? How do I know what to charge for that? What if they don't show up? What if they say this? What do contracts should look like? How do I present
a lot of times the reason trainers just fall off.
That's right. And so that was the idea, was instead of us trying to compete with the 100 certifications, national certifications out there, to me, that's the easy path. What we wanted to do was address the gap or the need in the education process for trainers on how to be a good coach and trainer and scale their
That's
business.
right. And you look, again, just back to what she was saying, like you're the trainer, you're the coach, you have to lead this. And the only way to lead is with confidence. Nobody's going to follow you in a dark cave if you're walking in scared and like you don't know where to step. You have to move forward with confidence. That means when you ask for money, that means when you give recommendations or what kind of exercise they need to do. And that means when you tell them what exercises
there.
not
That's what
to do.
people want. Take us there.
Bottom line.